fans are making a lot of noise at AT&T Stadium.
Anything that moves between these lines, got to get dealt with.
10, 5, and he streaks in. Deep to the post to Lamb. At the 5, to the goal line.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night is presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
20-15 in Week 4 of the NFL season. The Dallas Cowboys show a little life at MetLife Stadium as they take down the New York Giants in their first NFC East matchup of the 2024 campaign and get back to 500 at 2-2 overall. Welcome into Cowboys Game Night, live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, and the Globe Life Studios. We've got the 3-time Super Bowl champ, 6-time Pro Bowler Nate Newton to break it all down for you. I'm Kyle Yeomans. We've got highlights, one-on-one interviews, and a whole lot more in this show coming up over the next 30 minutes. Glad you're with us. But Nate, this is really one of those ugly wins in the NFL that count the same. It's still a win. And really, it was a get-right opportunity for this Cowboys team.
Yes, 3 days they had to prepare to get ready for this game, and plus they had to travel. This was a first for the Dallas Cowboys. They went out there, got some people beat up on defense, but you know, Mozzie had a nice game. Overshown, Kendricks, guys like that. But it all started with Mozzie and Olsen, all those guys up front. Hats off to the defense. I think you played well tonight.
It took all 3 phases to get this one done, and really did. And it was another opportunity for the Cowboys to put the last 2 weeks behind them. And a lot of people, you would argue going into this game, it was a must-win scenario for the Cowboys. Let's take a look at how this one unfolded. The Cowboys and the Giants, of course, it's a long-standing rivalry, but recently it hasn't been a rivalry. Dak Prescott has dominated Daniel Jones and the Giants as of late. Dallas stalls on their opening drive. New York strikes for a field goal. They lead it 3-0. Cowboys on the charge. Dak to find Brandon Cooks for 16 yards. A holding penalty for Tyler Guyton would push the offense backwards, but he finds Rico Dowdle, who weaves his way home for the score.
I tell you what, man, right here, that's a nice play call. Guys leak out, pick up guys. Rico make one hard cut up the middle. Hey, broke a tackle, and sweet home.
7-3 Dallas, his first touchdown since Week 14 of last season. The Giants start the second quarter with another field goal. Dallas back on offense. CeeDee Lamb, the catch down the left sideline, loses 2 defenders and takes it 55 yards to the house. Nate, it looked like that connection was working again early.
Last week, same thing, double coverage on the right side. He broke a tackle, made the guy miss, and took it home.
He had a personal foul for looking back and taunting this defensive back on his way into the end zone. Doesn't matter, still counts for 7. Dallas had the early lead, 14-6. Another Giants field goal made it 14-9. Dallas needed about 10 yards right before the second quarter break. Kayvon Thibodeau says no thank you. The sack to Dak Prescott pushes them backwards. Dallas has to settle with punting the football away, a little frustration going into the break. Another Giants field goal would start the third quarter. Their 4th of the day, this one from just 22 yards out, and they pull within 2 points. Dallas would need an answer, and they found one from Brandon Aubrey. Aubramatic again from 60 yards out, his 3rd career field goal from over 60 yards away. He's just the 4th NFL kicker in history to do so. Fast forward to 3:30 left to play in the 4th quarter. 20-15, Dallas on 3rd down and 6. This incomplete pass falls to the turf, but the real story, Nate, was Micah Parsons going down with a left foot injury. He would be carted off and would not return to the game.
Yes, right here you see the offensive lineman rolled up on him, and then the other guy stretches his body in a weird position. Boy, that's a big loss out there, Kyle.
And it is weird seeing Micah on a cart. We've never seen that throughout his career. Next play, 4th down and 6. Daniel Jones under pressure from the right side, flushes out to the left, looking for his favorite target in Malik Neighbors. He looks to have the grab initially, but the ball leaks out. The rookie superstar cannot hold on. Trayvon Diggs in coverage. It's a turnover on downs, and the Cowboys get the football back. A chance to put this one away, bleed some clock. They get in the Giants' territory, setting up Brandon Aubrey for a 51-yarder. He misses it. His first miss from 50 yards out in his entire career leaves the door open again for Daniel Jones. He lofts this one up on 3rd down and 10. Final 10 seconds of the game. Amani Ogbawari was called up from the practice squad prior to the game. He has the game-sealing interception, and the Cowboys hold on for a 20-15 win in Week 4 over the New York Giants. They improved to 2-2, and they have won now 14 of their last 15 meetings with their NFC East rival from New York. It was a game that didn't look pretty all the way through, but you got a little bit of everyone involved. And when we come back here on Cowboys Game Night, we're going to hear from Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. He finished with that big touchdown from 55 yards out, 98 receiving yards. We hear from CeeDee right after this.
This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery are here. Play today.
There was plenty of criticism throughout the week for CeeDee Lamb and how he was affected by frustration in Week 3 in the loss to the Baltimore Ravens. He turned around, had a big first half, and continued to have success on the offensive side of the football. Here's what he had to say at MetLife Stadium following the 20-15 win.
Obviously getting started early is very important. Getting a feel for the game, seeing how they're covering me, and then kind of exposing their hand early. So felt good. Appreciate it. Finally got one-on-one. I think that was the only one-on-one I got all game, and we exploited it. Shout out Dak for the ball. Shout out the OC for the play call. So.
What's your mindset? You know you're not going to get a lot of one-on-ones. So when you do,
let's go score. That's my mindset. Whenever I get one-on-one, let's go score. Nah. Everything was just kind of going by fast in that situation. And, yeah, all the passion and everything kind of came out of me. Granted, I scored first, so that was a plus. But, yeah, I told my coach that won't happen again. I just get one a year, and that was my one.
Was that stuff built up from last week?
Yeah, it was built up from a long time ago.
You know when you have Aubrey on your side to make a play, some chipped out there.
Yeah, I told him. I said, bro, I appreciate you, bro. I I didn't blink a bit once the flag came out or whatever, but then I definitely went over there and told him that I appreciate him for the consistency and everything that he brings to the table. So.
Short week tonight, a lot of guys got banged up tonight. What did you say about the team to be able to pull this one?
Sunday to Thursdays are not an NFL player's favorite or ideal, but obviously for everyone to, push through, and then knowing in the back end we get more time to rest, get to watch the games as if we are a fan. So happy about that. Get more time to rest, but then getting it out early is probably the best thing about it.
First time the Cowboys have ever had to travel in just 3.5 days rest, going on the road after a Sunday home game. Pretty crazy that they've never done that in their franchise's history, but he talked about it. It's not their favorite in terms of playing in that quick turnaround, but it didn't hurt the quick start there from CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott had a great day throwing the football. What were your thoughts in terms of the way they put these last 2 weeks behind them and played football today?
You have to. I mean, you division opponent, an NFC opponent, NFC East opponent, you have to. You have to do that. And these guys stood tall. Remember all the adversity last week, and everybody's a little bit edgy, a little bit frustrated. But these guys pulled themselves together, and it wasn't a beautiful win, but it was a win nevertheless. And you know what? John Madden said, an ugly loss will always beat a beautiful
Ugly win will always beat a beautiful loss. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Madden. Okay.
Teammate.
We're throwing out Maddenisms out here. I love it. Now, oh gosh, sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Bad peripheral vision. Whenever it comes to this offense, though, the one knock against it again today is going to be the rushing attack and the fact that they weren't able to get it going. Just 80 yards on the ground. Now, Rico Dowdle was a bright spot. 11 carries, 46 yards. He had 4.2 yards per carry. So still more to grow on whenever it comes to this rushing attack, something they've got to get better at moving forward. When we come back, we're going to hear from Micah Parsons, who was a little banged up at the end of the game, maybe an injury update on the way.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery are here. Play today.
One of the unfortunate breaks for the Cowboys late in their 2015 win over the Giants was the fact that Micah Parsons was carted off late in the fourth quarter with what appeared to be a left foot injury. Let's see if he has any injury updates and what else he thought in the win for the Cowboys.
Man, we need more of a separation. We let them drive a little bit, a couple momentum things, big plays that they were getting. When you do that, we need to rush better. We got to do a lot of things, but it was a good start. We're just not satisfied.
They only got one.
This was a relief just to get a win after everything we talked about the last 2 days.
Yeah, you know, I told you, winning is important. It's hard to do in this league. So, you know, edging out a 20-15 win, but it wasn't perfect, you know what I'm saying? I'm done scraping by. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to scrape by no more. I want legit wins. I want to win consistently. And we got a tough matchup next week. Yeah, I'm going to try to get back for it.
They only had 1 yard to carry. Just what was different about the run defense?
Man, the mentality, right? Like I said, there's nothing, you know, the thing about football, yeah, they say it's X and O, but everything's about mentality. Resetting the line of scrimmage, toughness, dominating the man in front of you. You know, that's all football's about. And everyone locked in on that. You know what I'm saying? I told you we came in Sunday, but I told you, flashing is good. Let's do it consistently.
You guys got the quarterback.
You know, I mean, a team like that where there's a lot of chips, a lot of slides, a lot of running back help. You know, the running backs, I don't even think he released for a route unless it was a screen. I mean, you know, what I realized in this league, even the best get help. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we'll create a better plan for idea of that. I don't think we've seen a consistent running back, you know, tight end help that much. Maybe chips on the outside, but I mean, I'm telling you, he was stepping up into B gaps, sliding our way. You know, it was a good plan, but we got to create a better plan for it.
What was it different from stopping the run tonight compared to the previous 2 weeks?
You know, I'm in shock at Mozzie, man. Mozzie was dominant, bro. I mean, I told you, Mozzie just keeps just getting better and better and better. You know, I always tell him it starts and ends with him, and I told him, I said, this is how you're going to play. I'm make sure you get a massage every week. I make sure I had a nice massage today. He was like, I need it. I was like, I got you. So I said, I'm going to have a massage for you every week now.
What happened in the first half? You had a call for a play?
Which one?
Your neck or something? They brought
Yeah,
you back.
fucking Mozzie. That was him. I'm talking good about it. It almost took me out. You know what I'm saying? I collided with Mozzie. And I just had a quick sting, and I was like, damn. And the ref thought I was in concussion protocol. Yeah.
So no injury update at that point from Micah Parsons, but he did say later in that interview that x-rays are negative on his left ankle, seen limping around the locker room, seemed to be in high spirits, and also had an ice wrap around that ankle. There should be MRIs coming later in the week. So he did tell Dak Prescott that he will be good, is what Micah said to Dak in passing after the game was over. Your thoughts on really what Micah just said? Mozzie Smith showed up, and he played really well for the Cowboys, holding the Giants to just 26 yards on the ground.
I like what Mozzie did. I mean, he showed up early in the game, and he started that momentum of stopping the run. They only got 28 yards. So he did a good job, and Overshown took over to make sure he got a lot of tackles. I think he had 6 tackles, as long as Kendrick, I think he had 6 or 7 tackles too. So these guys were man in the middle and keeping it right so that our guy, number 11, Parsons, can make the plays that he made. Parsons was very disruptive tonight, and that was a good thing.
Yeah, he may not have the sack numbers and may not have the production numbers, but he was all over the backfield and kept pressure on Daniel Jones. Dak Prescott had some pressure to deal with himself. He talked at the podium following the 20-15 win for the Cowboys. We hear from QB1 next.
To watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Closed captioning is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery are here. Play today.
Welcome back into Cowboys game night following the 20-15 win over the New York Giants. Let's hear from Dak Prescott as he takes to the podium at MetLife Stadium.
That was huge. As you said, getting CD going, big-time playmaker, getting some catches. In the second drive there, led to a touchdown. Able to overcome some penalties even on that drive. Get there in the third drive, they leave him one-on-one, able to attack that. After Luke on a big fourth down conversion, it was huge. But we've got to build off of those drives and continue to go. Didn't finish the way that we wanted to, not to our standard. Left it in the hands of the defense, which is credit to those guys for finishing, getting it done, not allowing any touchdowns. But we're an offense that can finish better and score more touchdowns than we did tonight. So we've got to look at ourselves in the mirror and go get that done.
Todd Archer with ESPN, how vital was getting a win tonight?
It was huge. It was huge. Yeah, after obviously losing two, especially at home, coming on the road, first division game. Division wins are always tough. As I said, then you add on the road before a long weekend, puts a better taste in our mouth. But at the end of the day, as I've said, even after those two losses a couple weeks, or the past 2 weeks, it's a process. So we're not going to get complacent. We're not going to get overexcited about what we've done tonight. It's about building, and it's about figuring out what we can do better in all phases. But it's a lot easier to do that with the win.
I think it's your fifth game where you've had a 80% completion percent or better in your career. Okay. Does that mean you're seeing it? Is that kind of what you're talking about? How you feel like you're seeing it?
Yeah, I mean, I was shooting for 80 tonight. As well as I've been seeing it. Obviously, the first 3 games, the percentage hasn't showed that. So understanding that tonight we're going to have the opportunity for some underneath throws, attacking the autobahns, we say, outside one-on-ones, getting CD the ball. We knew we had an opportunity to just get off to a good start, get the run and the completions. Mike always talks about that, the rushes and the completions. So I think that's probably a solid number. Hadn't looked at the stats, but yeah, seeing it well.
Dak Prescott finishes with that 80% completion percentage. He goes 22 of 27. Third down wasn't necessarily kind. It took a little bit to get the rushing game going as well. Rico Dowdle was a bright spot in terms of the running back room. I mean, when you look at the offense overall, Nate, what were your thoughts on how they controlled this ball game?
They ran just enough to keep that front 7 honest. They got some good passes in there with CD, Jake Ferguson. The man that is doing this right here who's been most consistent is Dak.
Yeah.
Dak is not panicked. Dak is not throwing a bad ball. The last 2 games, he's on target. Tolbert is finding his way. Rico Dowdle is starting to be our number 1 back. And our offensive line just has to get a little bit better each week and start playing with better unity.
Yeah, that offensive line's a big question. But, hey, good news. You don't have to face anybody really tough in the next 3 weeks. It's only T.J. Watt, Aiden Hutchinson, and then Nick Bosa in back-to-back games. But we'll see what they can do moving forward. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit forward. It's a mini-bye for the Cowboys after their 20-15 win.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night was presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
20-15, the final score here in Week 4. The Cowboys get back to 500 on a short week in MetLife Stadium up in East Rutherford, New Jersey. They take down the New York Giants for the 14th time in the last 15 meetings. Back alongside Nate Newton, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Now looking ahead to the mini-bye. It's a chance to rest up, get right, get some guys back and healthy. Then you got a tough matchup on the horizon with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Nate.
Yeah, you're talking about a good organization, know how to play their 3-4 front. They're good at stopping the run. They got T.J. Watt, who will be facing our young guy, Guyton. Get rested, but come over and get you some extra work. Work on that inside move. Set strong, do what you have to do, because if our offensive line can slow down this Pittsburgh team, I think we'll have a great chance of defeating them.
That's going to be the big test. That front seven from Pittsburgh, they're undefeated going into the weekend. They have a matchup coming up going into this weekend, trying to remain undefeated as they will take on, looking for it, taking on Indianapolis on the road. So they've got a whole road game going back home. They will be on 7 days rest. The Cowboys, of course, on 10 days rest. For Nate Newton and our entire Dallas Cowboys crew, I'm Kyle Yeomans saying so long. We will see you next time with more Cowboys Game Night.